Brent, what have you been able to kind of surmise and get a good feel for now that you've gotten into the shells?
Got a lot of guys that like to play, that enjoy practicing. We like to compete. Got a lot of good leadership at all three levels. Been pleased with that aspect. A lot of guys very committed, and gym rat kind of guys that give you a chance to realize your potential and your ability, and guys that really investing in their opportunity. And so that's been terrific to see. Been showing up early, staying late, and just been 4 days of camp. But so far, so good that way. We're aggressive with our install right now. They've handled that well. But I think we've made some improvement from a physicality standpoint, structurally, just consistency. Continuing to improve our depth. Again, at all three levels, that's been pleasing. And I don't have a lot of numbers at corner, but I've been really pleased with the improvement guys have made fundamentally and understanding things of that nature. So we've been repping some guys at a couple spots. Malcolm Green being a guy that's played corner and safety, and Makuba that's done both. They've both have done really, really well at both spots. And then Tyler Venables playing both safety and our nickel as well. And linebacker guys are playing multiple positions and really have done well. Skowski and Spector weren't here in the spring, so it's been a little while since you've seen them with pads and out there on the field with the guys, and that's been terrific. Just ultra consistent, a lot of anticipation. Toughness and physical at the point of attack, and just play really, really fast. Booth has really made some really good improvement. Sheridan Jones, Mario, those guys have really showed up. Again, Nate Wiggins, and, Fred, and along with the other guys that are repping over there as well. Safety, Nolan, and Landon. Took very few reps in the spring, and so to have those guys back out there has been good, and seen the improvement, the strength, and some size with 18. He's done a really good job as well. And Trenton's made some improvement, and moving around a little bit. He's much more comfortable than he was a year ago at this time. And Vontae's done well. All the backers have done real well. Jake and Kane and Keith. Sergio's really come along, Trotter. And Barrett Carter's done some really nice things. He's played a couple different linebacker positions, just trying to get a feel for his skill set, his knowledge, and his ability to handle stress and communication and situational football. We had some situations out there today, some third down and some red zone, some high red zone. And kind of been able to see a lot of things so far, so it's been really good. Been pleased with again the focus and the energy and the leadership. It's been good, and we do have a long way to go. It starts up front. I think we've got more depth there. I think guys have made improvement, and when you put the pads on, everybody looks pretty good in shorts. And as you put the pads on, you got to start knocking people back and controlling the line of scrimmage. And, running into people, play after play after play. It's not an easy thing to do, so we'll see where we're at, from a longevity standpoint here, over the course of the next couple of weeks. But super pleased again with mindset and with the little bit that we've been able to see here in 4 days.
What have been your impressions of Barrett Carter's skill set?
Yeah,
what he can do athletically?
He's fast. He really closes very well, smooth. He's very comfortable in space. He's comfortable in coverage. And he understands concepts, understands football, and so he's been. And then he's been tough. Just had a tough mindedness about him. He's willing to be led. Doesn't have an ego whatsoever. Just a lot of humility. But a guy that is ultra competitive, and so he's got a bright future.
Where's he playing right now?
He's playing at Sam and Mike.
Could he play safety at all?
I think he's pretty smooth. We haven't lined him up there, but I wouldn't. Some guys just say no, he's definitely not. We wouldn't be able to say that right now. he's been good. He's been very comfortable with where he's at.
Coach Andrew McCuba had the injury in the offseason. Has he really picked up where he left off in the spring?
Yeah, he's done well. Just again, he's very patient. He's got great anticipation and instincts. His transitional movement is excellent. He's got a really good closing speed. Makes a lot of plays on the football. Very rarely is he out of position. He's had plenty of things that he's got to get better at, but playing both outside and inside, been super pleased with where he's at, especially mentally. With what he's so far with what he's seen.
Kind of know what you have in Tyler and Brzee at deep tackle. Behind them, Rook was coming on last year.
And Rook's had a good few days. He's definitely again made improvement, and he was out a little bit this spring with COVID, I believe, or something. I can't remember now. And Trey Williams as well. Again, he's been banged up with different things too since he's been here. He had a shoulder surgery, and so he's looked good in there, along with Darnell and Peyton. And I'm missing somebody. Seems like I'm missing
Ruben's been out.
Yeah, E.T.'s been out, but he's in green. He's super athletic and just got to be more detailed with what he's doing, but he can do it. And then Devontae's just been he's been kind of snake bit a little bit. So, but hopefully he'll be back here after a while.
For Trey, what's the next step for him?
Just being consistent and being tough and just being consistent. Doing all the little things well. He's definitely, when things are going well, he does really well. So just from a maturation standpoint, continue to work through that, and he can really help us. If he can take that next step from that standpoint, show up every day, every rep, do the little things well, have the right mindset, respond the right way to adversity, and he's done it pretty good. But we still got work to do.
He told us he's been really impressed with Maskell.
Who's
Brian Brzee yesterday said Maskell's really caught his eye.
Yeah, well, think about Justin, man. He always plays so hard, and he's physical. He loves to compete, and Justin's done a lot of nice things, and I'm expecting a big year from him. He loves to come and practice, and so he gets the best out of other guys. A guy like Kevin Swint is added, and also 44.
Cade.
Yeah, Denhoff, Cade, and Swint. Jeez. Swint have done they've really helped that group. It's been a solid group, really good group. But those two guys, they've got motors. They're tough. They're serious about. Their opportunity, and they just both got incredible motors and super low maintenance. Just high energy guys that elevate everybody. Having Justin Foster, man, he's so heavy-handed, so physical. Just does all the little things right for you, which is how you win. If you're supposed to be underneath the block, if you're supposed to be outside the block, if you're supposed to pop the A gap, you just go down that list, and that's what wins for you. And a year ago, we were a little inconsistent that way. And 98's better, 5's better, 3 is noticeably better. He's probably made the most improvement of anybody from where we were, to end the spring. No question about it. So, we're getting his best version, and that makes everybody else better because he's fast and he's explosive. And, he can do a lot when everything's going right for him right now. So,
has Booth and Sheridan, have they separated themselves at all from the others?
No, I think it's been they're doing really well, but I think that group overall is doing really well. And again, it's just 4 days, and but we're making a ton of plays on the ball, which has been encouraging. And so making plays on the ball comes from positioning, it comes from good technique, it comes from anticipation, it comes from awareness, it comes from confidence, and so those are transferable, tangible skills that are showing up right now. They're in, at other positions in the back seven.
So you mentioned Foster a minute ago. Saw he sat out the first day of practice. What do you think the timetable is for him just to get back physically where he needs to be?
Yeah, I think he actually just got back from an appointment. So think it was not a caution thing as much as he just got back midway through or something. So
He's been out for a long time.
yeah, but he's been training for a long time. Whatever your long time might be different than mine. It's been a couple months. He's been training, getting back. So I think he's at PRs in the weight room, whatever that means. And he made all of his. We didn't modify his running times and things like that for as far as their group. So he made all his times all summer. And
So he's in pretty good shape.
I don't know. You might want to ask him. I haven't asked him that exact question. He's just showing up every day.
Do you think DBs? Do you think they're going to get better reps, better looks, and what they do going up against this receiving core that you guys face
No,
every day?
yeah, I mean we get, obviously we get challenged as well as anybody can be challenged on the practice field with receivers, backs, the tight ends, and quarterbacks. So we definitely, that's how you get better. Through strain, through pain, through failure. It's forces you to have be on your A game. You get exposed quickly. If you're not ready to go.
Sorry if this question's already been asked, but Brian Brzee, Devin was saying, just made a lot of plays last year just based on talent and technique, and that's what he had to improve on going offseason was technique. What did you see going into the offseason that he really wanted to improve?
Well, he really started it in the spring, but it is just fundamentals, being detailed and really understanding not just the what, but the how and the why. And that comes through repetition and being consistent through that repetition and watching film and just really growing, falling in love with all the process that it takes to be a great player. Brian has great self-awareness, super humble, and he's a worker. And so that's a great recipe for improvement. That's where it all takes, but you got to be willing to put in the sweat equity, and he's done that. That group has. It's a hard-working group. Tyler brings out the best in everybody. Brian does as well. Brian's got a big personality, but he's the first one to lead the group, and he's got that never satisfied attitude. You got to. And overall, so far, again, I think our defense. I think so far, again, it's very early, but they have the right mindset, the hunger, the toughness, the accountability. So far. Check back in a week. What are you doing with 18, 19, 20-year-olds, right?
I know it's still early in the week, but looking ahead to the scrimmage coming up, the first one, what are you looking for?
I look for it every day. I don't wait for a scrimmage. I just look at how we work, how we watch tape, how we do recovery, how we eat, how we weigh it in. I think scrimmage is a byproduct, hopefully, of doing a lot of stuff right, but I don't really put it all on the scrimmage. I look at all of it because it all matters to me. The best of the best. They're going to show up in that Pascal on a Tuesday, fourth day of practice is a big deal. And if it's not, we're doing it with the wrong guys. And so I don't put any more emphasis on any of it, any more, any less. Every single thing that we do matters to me, and it all matters the same. So it all adds up. You can do everything great and go out there and just have an off day. Okay, that happens, but he has a track record of doing everything else right. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it.
Sergio Allen.
Yeah, he's been doing good. He's been playing a couple different positions, and he's doing well. He's making progress and competing and doing well.
Your early impressions of Nate Wiggins?
Yeah, he's made improvement from the spring, just really with his knowledge, and then, as a result, just, his execution within the schemes, and, he's got a different level of confidence because of just improved knowledge. He's long, he can make a lot of plays, he's tough, he can tackle, and just learning how to, play every single play. A lot of young guys, they get satisfied, so getting him to stay hungry, stay focused, detailed all the time. But he's made a ton of improvement from when he got here.
I asked Brzee yesterday what he does in his small amount of free time. He says he's been watching a lot of horror flicks lately. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, he's a monster on the field, yeah. So, he's, I don't know.
Who knows about his psyche?
Yeah, no. So,
Might be fueling something.
Yeah. Brian's a hard-working dude, so anytime he can get away from it, man, he's well-deserved because he empties the tank when he's all things football.
Coach, you didn't have Valen or Skowski out there last spring. How different is just the vibe having their
Yeah,
tenacity?
they're just consistent, you know. So then you can focus on building your depth, you know. But I mean, the vibe, it's just a different level of confidence, and that's not to say there's some other guys that have really made some improvement that way. And but they're excellent football players, two of our best athletes, you know. Sometimes a guy that might test a little better, maybe test better, doesn't play near as fast or as explosive, and might make a flash play here or there, but consistently they don't have necessarily the instincts or you know, how to take on blocks, and you know, and two's running underneath, he knows the dig's coming in behind, doing all the little stuff that helps you play at a really, really high level, and then do it every single play, and then bring out the best in other guys all the time. And that's what those two guys do. And they do it with humility, with great toughness. And but they are. If you ran 40s in the linebacker group, they'll both be in the top 4 at linebacker. And short shuttles, probably those two will be in the top 3. And the weight room, they'll be in the top 3. So that might surprise people. Maybe it wouldn't. And but they're ballers. And so that's kind of like Nolan Turner. He'll run low 4.5, 4.48 all day. He'll run a 4 flat 39 short shuttle all day. People, you know, he's an athlete. What's an athlete? You know. It certainly isn't star ranking, I know that, right? I think the NFL, they had more 3 stars, 2 and 3 stars drafted than they did 4 and 5, whatever that means. So, anyways, those guys are really good athletes, but they're great players, great leaders, and been a backbone, you know, for us, you know, for a few years now.
Sorry to ask about this already, Coach. We were talking to Brian the other day. He mentioned Justin Maskell as one of the guys he believes could be a breakout player this year. Can you speak to that just a
Yeah, it's
little
been
bit?
Justin has great work ethic. He loves to practice, loves to compete. Again, just through, he's a great example of what development looks like. He's put in the work, and he's got length and size, toughness, effort. He's explosive. He's a very physical player, and he's a humble guy, you know. So he's always ready for his opportunity. All right, it's good. All right,
Thank
see
you,
y'all.
Coach.